I drink coffee every day, sometimes 2, 3, 4 times a day.
Yes, drink coffee lots.
At least 2 cups a day, at least.
I kind of depend on it every morning as I go into work. So keeps me going for the day, gives me the energy I need.
Tim Hortons. Yeah, I'm a huge fan.
There's Tim Hortons right beside my office. I just get off, buy coffee or hot chocolate.
Usually either Tim Hortons or I make it at home if I have time in the morning, but usually Tim Hortons.
Starbucks. Starbucks is my favorite. At home, Starbucks. Just discovered Tim Hortons, so that's going to be a keeper.
I try to recycle best as I can. If I can't find a recycling bin, I do throw a coffee cup in the garbage once in a while.
Oh, I recycle it. Of course, yeah, recycle that cup.
If I'm having it at the location, if they have a recycle thing for the cups, I just put it in there.
Oh, I just throw it in the trash or recycling.
The city would like you to put your cup into the garbage, not into the recycling stream.
Really?
Oh no. No, I didn't.
Ah, I did not know that. Okay, somewhat surprising.
Coffee cups and the fact that they're not recyclable is something that a lot of people don't know.
They're not recyclable, really?
So what?
I didn't know that.
It's just shocking. Why would you not be able to recycle your coffee cup?
It's a problem right now, and in terms of technology, I've heard a lot of reasons of why coffee cups can't be recycled. That there's a plastic lining, and that it's attached to the paper, and that won't come apart in the recycling process. That each company uses its own special brand of plastic and paper, and so that you can't use the same recycling technology for 2 different brands.
If it accidentally gets into the paper stream, when it gets to the mill that makes pulp and paper, makes new paper products, through their pulping process, it'll get skimmed out as garbage there.
I know how I feel about that then, I guess. I feel kind of uneasy.
I really thought we had the capabilities and the sort of infrastructure to recycle a lot of these stuff in Toronto.
That makes me feel bad just holding it.
I think it's a little bit deceptive because they've even got recycling bins like in the stores. They've got the little, please dispose of this cup responsibly and everything. And it's kind of funny if they don't actually make a cup that you can do that with.
A lot of people don't understand where waste goes. A lot of people don't really trust what happens with recycling. So most people just say, hey, it says it can be recycled. I don't understand it. I don't really want to think about it too much. I'm going to put it in that bin and things will be okay.
We're sitting in the Dufferin transfer station at 35 Vanley Crescent. This is one of 7 facilities across the city that receive recycling from your curbside recycling system or your apartment recycling system. It comes here to this tipping floor here where we dump it on the tipping floor, and then it gets reloaded into tractor trailers, and we ship it off to our material recovery facility. Right now, you should be aware that the cup itself is a contaminant in the recycling stream. So the number one thing we want you to do is not add that contaminant into the recycling stream. It takes away from the ability of us to recycle all of the other material, and it adds a lot of cost to our recycling system. The tractor trailers that we load here and ship out to material facility, if it was just coffee cups going into them, we would need about 50 tractor trailers on an annual basis.
Right now, the way it's set up is companies and the producers and the brand owners of all those products and packaging that get recycled in the blue box pay for 50% of the cost of that recycling. And the municipality is responsible for setting up that recycling system, for educating residents, from picking up the blue box from every resident's home. It's very expensive, it's very complicated to figure out that technology. That's a big burden to put on a municipality. So it's a really unfair system because the companies that are designing and making complicated packaging just sort of put it out in the world and they don't have to think about it again.
So 26% of all the material coming into this facility is actually garbage. On an annual basis, 200,000 tons of recycling, 26% of that is going back into the landfill. It's about just over 50,000 tons.
So in 2008, 2009, working group with the city actually came up with some ideas about reducing packaging waste, and they recommended that the city pass a policy that all the coffee chains in Toronto would be required to use the same style of coffee cup so the city could at least have only one type of cup to deal with recycling. And when that happened and that recommendation came forward, a lot of the coffee chains said, don't worry, we'll recycle them ourselves. And that was because they were trying to show that they were going to do the right thing and allow people to recycle. They said, we'll do it voluntarily, we'll take care of it. And then just a few years ago, CBC's Marketplace did a big expose showing that most of those coffee cups weren't actually being recycled at all.
That bothers me a lot because they would do anything to wash their hands about the environmental destruction that they're doing. Well, they have all the resources, they have all the capacity to make a more environmental and sustainable packaging material, but still, they're not doing it.
You can't choose what type of package to buy your potato chips in. You can't choose what type of package you buy your drinks in. You don't have those design choices. Companies like to distract us and call it consumer choice and say it's our choice and it's our waste, but they're really kind of corralling us into very few options.
They're passing on this responsibility to find solution to this problem to the consumers.
So I'm Peter Freeman. I'm a one-third owner of the Toronto Island Cafe. My partner and I actually ran the cafe in the 80s for 10 years, and we started running it again in 2010. So it has been a focus of ours to always have more greener food and greener sort of supplies. There's a lot of stuff that comes off our patio, the table service area. So like this cup is compostable, the straws are compostable, all the plates, all the napkins, everything that comes off the counter is compostable. So they can be found in the city if you want to find them, but they do cost you more money. As a small business person, you hardly have time to be frustrated about what the others are doing. I would pick up a cup and go, I know this is a cheap cup, and they're making more money than we are off this coffee because their cup was cheaper. And that's sort of frustrating, for sure. It's hard to make money in the restaurant business, and restaurants are always going under because it's so hard to make money. You have to be an educated consumer and educated business person. I think everyone has a role, and definitely some people are taking that initiative, but not everyone is. I'm sure there's lots of places where I'm dropping the ball, but you have to just keep working on figuring out how to do a better job.
I think there definitely needs to be responsibility somewhere, whether that's on the chains or the city, I'm not entirely sure.
I mean, it can't be isolated just to the Starbucks cups, it's probably other stuff too.
Convenience at the cost of the environment. That's a pretty big problem that we have. We're living in a throwaway society, and we should get out of that. You've been neglecting the environment for a very long time and actually making profits out of it.
I mean, yeah, the ones who are providing the coffee should think about it and be aware of it, but I think it's everyone's responsibility. At the end of the day, if this world dies, I mean, the one who's selling it and the one that's buying goes down with it.
We all drink coffee. We all like to think that we recycle it, but we don't. So, I mean, if there's anybody to point the blame, I guess it would be us.